A GUI status consists of the following elements. Menu bar. Menus allow the user to choose functions to be processed by an application program. Menus can also contain submenus. The system and help menus, which are available on every screen in the SAP system, contain standardized sets of functions that cannot be changed or hidden. Standard toolbar. The standard toolbar, which is the same on every screen in the SAP system, contains a set of icons. Each icon is assigned to a corresponding function key. If a function in the standard toolbar cannot be used on the current screen, the icon appears grayed out. Application toolbar. An application toolbar contains icons for frequently used functions. To select a function, choose the corresponding icon on the application toolbar. Function key settings. Use the function key settings to assign functions such as find, replace, or cut to the function keys.
From a technical point of view, a status refers to a menu bar, certain key assignments, and an application toolbar. A single component, such as a menu bar, can be used by multiple GUI statuses. GUI statuses are ABAP program objects that can be displayed on screens and lists. Set a GUI status for every screen in your application. A menu bar consists of individual menus. Key assignments and application toolbars are sub-objects of the function key settings. To create a set of application toolbars for a single key setting, choose Go to Interface Objects, Function Key Settings, Name, Push Button Settings, User Interface, Sub-Object, Create in the Menu Painter. Before you can assign a function to a push button, you must assign that function to a function key. All program menus and key assignments refer to the set of all interface functions or function lists. Use the help function to reach these interface functions. The application toolbar refers to the functions indirectly through the standard settings. A function in a status can be either active or inactive.
The attribute function type determines the intended purpose of a function. You can use the function types space, E, and B. The SAP system reserves the function types S and H for internal use. Function type T indicates a transaction code. When a function type T is triggered, the system leaves the calling program and calls a new program. Use the fast path attribute to assign letters as shortcuts to choose a function from the menu bar without using the mouse. A function can be connected to a switch. If the switch is on, you can define a reaction.
Key assignments consist of reserved function keys, recommended function keys, and freely assigned function keys. Reserved function keys are function keys whose assigned values cannot be changed in the SAP system. You may activate and deactivate their functions, but you cannot change the icons and texts assigned to them. Reserved function keys appear in the standard toolbar on screens and lists. Recommended function keys contain proposals that comply with the ergonomic standards of the SAP system.
The Include menu allows you to position menus in other programs. To position menus, specify the name of the program and status from which you want to include the menu next to the short documentation field. Use the menu toolbar to access Include menus.
The GUI title is a part of program's user interface. To set a title that contains variables, use the statement set title bar with &1 to &9. The title bar remains in place until you set another one. At runtime, the system variable SYTitle contains the current title.
When you use the reference technique to create GUI statuses, you create menu bars, application toolbars, and function key assignments as independent elements. You then create your own GUI status and refer it to the desired menu bar, application toolbar, and any function key assignment. The menu painter stores and maintains these references so that any changes in the menu bar, application toolbar, or function key assignments automatically take effect in all GUI statuses referring to them. To ensure that the user can access functions in the same way regardless of the GUI status set, use the reference technique to establish consistency in the large applications that use several GUI statuses.
While setting a key, you assign individual functions to function keys and push buttons. Function key settings consist of a key assignment and a set of application toolbars. The types of key settings are as follows: screen, dialog box, list, list in a dialog box. When you attach functions to reserved, recommended, and freely assigned function keys, ensure that they conform to the ergonomic standards of the SAP system. You can find these ergonomic standards in the Environment menu in the Menu Painter. Reserved function keys appear in the standard toolbar of SAP GUI. If a function that you already assigned to a function key is important to the application, assign it to a push button in the Application toolbar. The Application toolbar can contain up to 35 push buttons. When you assign a function to the standard toolbar, the function is automatically assigned to a reserved function key. To see the function keys that are assigned in the current GUI status, select Information in the Menu Painter.
To use a function in the Application toolbar, you must first assign it to a function key. To select functions, use the Help function. If you assign an icon to a function with a static text, the system displays the icon instead of the static text in the Application toolbar. The function text belonging to the function is used as the Quick Info text or tooltip. When the user chooses the function, the contents of the info text attribute appear in the status bar of the screen. To display additional text with an icon, enter the additional text in the icon text attribute. To insert a separator in the Application toolbar, use the Insert menu in the Menu Painter. A menu entry can be a function, a separator, another menu, or a cascading menu. To add a function to a menu, enter its function code in the left-hand column. If the function already exists in the function list and has a text assigned to it, its function code is entered automatically in the text field. If it is not entered automatically, double-click the right-hand field to enter text. To insert a separator, use either the Insert or Context menu, or fill the function text field with minus signs at the appropriate position. To create a submenu, enter its name in the right field of the menu entry.
To establish consistency throughout the screens, you create and reuse existing menu bars, application toolbars, and key settings wherever possible. The Menu Painter administers the links you establish between these objects so that any changes apply to all other GUI statuses that use them. You can also use a set of standard menu entries as a template for modification. When you assign functions to the reserved function keys in the standard toolbar, adhere to the ergonomic standards of the SAP system. If you adhere to these standards, your program is easier for users to understand and for you to maintain.
Using the menu painter in a GUI status, you can include key settings, application toolbars, or menu bars that you had defined elsewhere. If you use the menu painter, work from the bottom up. If there is more than one application toolbar defined for your key setting, choose the appropriate toolbar. All functions are inactive initially. Activate only those functions that are relevant to the current GUI status. When you create a new function, decide whether to change all statuses that refer to the same object. When the user triggers a function with type space using a push button, menu entry, or function key, the system places the relevant function code in the OK code field of the screen. To process this field in the Process After Input or PAI event, you must assign a name to the field in the element list in the Screen Painter. This screen element must have the value OK in the column type of screen element. You must create a global field in your RBAR program, TAW include, with the same name. During the automatic field transport, at the beginning of the PAI event, the function code is passed from the screen to the corresponding field in the program. To prevent the function code from causing unexpected processing steps on the next screen, as pressing Enter does not usually change the command field, you must initialize the identically named RBAR field. Write a process before output or PBO module with the following line, provided you have named the user command field OK code in the element list. Clear OK code.